Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
When the start as always by giving all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakadash. Double honor to the apostles of GMS, and honestly brothers doing the work in truth, or sincerity. It's a couple brothers from the London camp. We're just gonna go into something, see where the spirit leads, and so you got scripture, brother.
Okay, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right, hey, the thing is, majority of these people out here are wolves, man. Right, for instance, you know how it is that you're supposed to deal with an Edomite, because the scriptures tell you, Edomites are, which call it Psalms 58 and 3, right, go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies. Right, you hear the, characteristics of an Edomite. But what does the scriptures also say when concerning Jake? You of your father the devil, man. Right, so ultimately, everyone outside of this truth, man, they're wolves, man. Right, these people, they want to, they're demons. You got that quote from the Matrix, right? Everyone who's not, out unplugged from the Matrix is potentially an agent, man. Right? These people, they're off, man.
Okay. It says, "Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." And a serpent, one serpent, for example, is a dragon. Okay, that's from the serpent family, and the dragon is considered a dragon and an owl are considered the highest forms of wisdom. The highest levels, man. And really, in this truth, we got to be, strive to be as wise as serpents, but as harmless as doves, man. Which that, for example, that scripture that says, "Use the world and not abusing the world." We got to all maneuver in this world. Whether it's our job, whether it's our family. Or whether it's our woman or whatever situation that comes our way, man, we got to be able to maneuver in it, in the right way, man. Now, we're Israelites, which Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and our forefather Jacob, his name meant supplanter. Jacob always supplanted, man. They're always trying to supplant a situation. You got to watch Jake, but you got to remember that we, in this knowledge and this truth, coming back to the Lord, we know that we're Israelites, man. We know that we're Jacob, and we know that we're Israelites. And what does Israel mean? It means he, the prince of the power, man. So we're above these people, If they ain't got this knowledge, the Lord has given us this knowledge. But does that mean that you got to use the knowledge, wickedly? No. There's a righteous way to use the knowledge, man.
Yeah, scriptures say, knowledge puffeth up. Right, which is why the scriptures also say, he that increases the knowledge increases in sorrows. Right, to keep you humble. You get the case of Paul. Well, when Paul, he basically said his scripture said he had a thorn in his flesh, and he sought the Lord 3 times. The Lord was like, "Nah, my grace is sufficient for thee." Why? Because all that knowledge, man, you start trying to, you get people in the world that have knowledge. They start trying to stunt on you, man. Yeah. And that's the thing. This is the most powerful knowledge on the face of the planet Earth. Right, because you know what's going to happen. You know there's going to be an economic crash. You know that this world that everyone loves is going to be destroyed. Right, so you have one up on people.
Yeah, but you don't go and use that against a brother.
Exactly.
You don't use that against a brother, that we love. But then in the world, you got to use that to maneuver.
Yeah.
Because the Lord has given us this knowledge.
Exactly.
He's taught us the ways to live. Deuteronomy 4 and 6, for example, the laws alone, just understanding the laws, on how to deal with people. You read the Proverbs, you read the, Ecclesiastes, Sirach. These are all books of wisdom that show you Sirach itself actually is a book that tells you how to kind of apply the law.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful, because the law is actually a part of the knowledge, man.
Yeah.
And that's what something that put us above the other nations as well.
And it's on the book of Sirach. It's got some preventative measures in there as well. I remember when I was first coming in, the one that really stuck with me and has stuck with me till this day is Sirach 9 and 9.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Hey, sitting there at all because bro, you mentioned on about the beauty of Sirach and that. And about how applying the law says you commit adultery. Well, you read Proverbs first and foremost, says he that committed adultery lacketh understanding, right? And what's the penalty for committing adultery? Death.
Yeah.
So the book of Sirach says, look, man, because it even says at the end, lest thou destroy thyself, something like that at the end. Well, basically saying, look, man, sit not at all with another man's wife, man. Don't even do that shit, right? Because you'll sit and you already know you bust a funny joke. Jake is smooth. Jake is we Jake. You bust a joke, then she looks, she gives you the eyes. You give her the eyes, and you're like, oh man. Then you go home, you're thinking about her, right? Whatever. Then you get drunk with her, and she leans on your chest. And you look up her, she get, eyes you up, and you give her a kiss, and before you know it, right, you're being stoned by older men in the village, man.
Yeah.
Right? So that's that's a good point you make, right? But once again, like you was talking about, on the whole general topic, was is using these scriptures to maneuver in this world, right? Because in this world, you will have to work with married women, right? You will have to what do you call it? Be around, people that you'd rather not be around. But using the scriptures, you're able to maneuver, right? You're able to maneuver in this world such that you don't get yourself destroyed or fall into the temptations that the people in this world fall into.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you got scripture. I was just gonna say, I don't know exactly where it is, but I think it's early in Luke, where they come to the Lord, and they're trying to I think it was the wicked scribes and Pharisees, and they were asking him about Caesar and about the tax.
Yeah.
And they tried to get the Lord, right? And they said, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
I might as well read it. I don't want to butcher it, might as well read it and then speak on it, because that's an example. Because you gotta realize that when the Yahushua and the disciples were on the scene, that was in the Roman Empire, so Esau bare ruled at that time, and he had his own rules and he had his own decrees. Now we're in the same rulership right now. We're in Esau's rulership, man. This is Rome all over again. Now, this devil has actually done his own decrees again.
That's
right. That means if we're in a society, we've got to maneuver according to these decrees. Okay, because if you maneuver according to the law, you're going to end up in prison most of the time, man.
Yeah.
And in this, and what we mean in that sense is, like the brother brought up adultery before. Someone commits adultery on you, okay, right? Your woman commits adultery with a man or whatever. That you want to put them to death and all that, okay? Because as it says in the law, now you're in prison. How are you going to push the word? That's not wise. That's not being wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove. Because we're in this. When you're in a wicked place, you gotta move wise, man. And 12 Years a Slave, there was that quote that Solomon Northup, he said they were trying to rise him up. He said, I'll wait for a time that freedom is opportune. And that's really what we're doing. We're waiting for a time when freedom is opportune, and that's when Yahushua returns.
Hey, wait ye upon me. That's what the scriptures say.
That's right.
Right, Zephaniah 3:8, because we can't do anything of our own cause. Right, this is Matthew 22:15. It says, then went the Pharisees and took counsel on how they might entangle him in his talk.
Yeah, and you know what? When you're going about your everyday, you might be at work. These guys that are around you, they might be all buddy having tea with you and all that. Look, man, these guys, really, the majority of them, they're demons, man. Demons jump on them. They're like the agents in the Matrix. Demon can jump on them anytime.
Exactly. They
really want to get to you. They want to really get you.
Fact, that's the beauty, because you said they're like the agents. You said the demons jumping you, and the thing is, in the Matrix, you see a guy will be just something, then the agent will just jump on it. He just becomes the agent. It's it's just, I was just thinking it's a nice way of depicting how these people are, because like you're saying, the guy will be cool. And then the demon will just jump on him. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And the agents don't waste time. The agents are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Neo.
That's right.
And these demons, they're trying to entrap you, man. So then you got to be able to maneuver it with the word, man.
Yeah.
And that's the Lord has done that many times, man. You got the example with Satan and tempting him in the wilderness, and on a mountain and all that. And this is another example.
Yep. Extra saying Peter's, Satan goes about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Right? It says Matthew 22:15. It says, then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. Right, so they're trying to lay traps on him, man.
Yeah, and guys will do that, man. Guys will come to you at work and they will try and entangle you, man.
Yeah.
So it's a spirit. You got if you got that email at work, you use that email. You got that voice recorder. You use it, whatever you got to do. And you know what? There's an old saying. I think it's a saying from the islands. act a fool catch wise, play fool catch wise.
Oh yeah, and I know roughly what you're
Basically,
talking about.
sometimes you got because King David did that, man. King David, when he was spitting on his beard, acting like he was crazy, so that these men wouldn't kill him, man. You know, sometimes you got to do certain things where you might.
Sometimes you got to live up to the name, man. Supplant him, man.
You got to come from the low. Like, oh, I didn't know, bro. I didn't know about that. Yeah. But meanwhile, you're in your mind. You know, you're already working out what this angle this guy's trying to come at, man. You know.
And part of that's the spirit, man. The spirit will reveal to you sometimes that a guy will what do you call it? A guy will be playing game on you, right? You know, I'll give a quick terms. My guy at the job, right, was talking to one of them YouTubers, Louder with Crowder, right? So I was basically like, oh no, I've seen some of his stuff. I agree with some of this stuff. Other stuff I ain't, because the guy on the one hand he speak good stuff, but then he'll do videos about the Mexicans, shouldn't be allowed in the U.S. whatever. So obviously we don't agree with blah 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 blah, right? So I never got into that. I was like, no, I don't agree with some of that stuff. But then he was like, oh, so what don't you agree with? Right. Because he wanted me to go into the whole, oh, I don't agree with this. Because he does videos on abortion. Right. He does video on like women's liberal, shit like that. So he was trying to trap me to see. He was trying to see, oh, what angle is this guy coming from?
Yeah.
But the spirit revealed it to me like, nah. You got to...
you stay away from me.
Stay away from this guy. Like, this guy's trying to catch you in your words,
trap you, man.
Because
use that against
exactly. Because if I didn't bring up, or if he said what, because he asked me what don't you agree with, right? If I said I don't agree with the Mexican thing, he might have asked, so what about the abortion thing? And then now I'm gonna have to get in a conversation about that, which majority of the world, let's be real, they're cool with that shit. Right, so you end up, as we're going back to the topic, you end up causing yourself issues where there needn't be any. Right, when you're in this world, you got to move wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Right, not every day trying to fight. And that's one of the stories. You get back. People around the apostles and that. Apostles don't move like they're what do you call it? Like they're Superman. Right, and that's what certain people think that this truth is. They think just because they got this truth, they're Superman. So then they'll end up, instead of sometimes just being like, sorry, cool, not fighting a certain battle that doesn't need to be fought. They'll fight that battle and end up in a dodgy situation, right? Because they weren't applying the scriptures, man. Wise as serpent, harmless as dove. There'll be 10 guys, 10 goons, right? They'll be trying to stand up to these goons. Why was the need? Just be like, all right, man, cool, man. All right, man.
Yeah, more than that.
Oh, yeah. So it says verse 16. It says, and they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of the Most High in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
Right, so he's asking a question about tax.
Yeah.
Which was a big issue in that time. There was uproars, there was rebellions from Jake, the zealots and all that. They had a lot of uprisings because of tax, man. Okay? And, there's that old saying, death and taxes, man. Esau, don't mess with Esau's money.
Yeah.
That HM revenue, they're coming for you, man. Yeah. You're messing about. And, yes, go on.
So, like, because I was reading an article about that 6ix9ine guy.
Right.
And then it was kind of, man's done all this, violent robbery, blah, 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 blah. But, racketeering? You're making money illegally? Oh, motherfucker.
Well, I believe that's how they got Al Capone.
You see?
You
don't mess with this motherfucker's money, man.
Yeah, and, they were trying to trap the Lord and saying, look, man, hey, man, read it again, Baba Shah.
Yeah, it says, and they sent out unto their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of the Most High in truth. Neither carest thou for any man.
Yeah, so the Lord just comes straight with it, no holding back.
Yeah.
Just righteous judgment. Go on.
Yeah. Which is where he's supposed to come, man. It says, for thou regardest not the person of men. Right? Yeah, as you read the scriptures, the scriptures say, I am a Father one, reference to Yahweh Shai, which means the one of accord. The Lord also says, is described as not a respecter of persons. Right? It says, tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
Right. So it's like, is it lawful to pay tax to the current emperor, who's the Edomite that's ruling?
Yeah.
Go on, huh?
All right. It says, but Yahushua perceived their wickedness and said, why tempt ye me?
That's it. He's perceived the wickedness.
Yeah.
See, like he's talking about the story where the guy was trying to trap your work. He's like, I clocked you. Yeah.
All right. It says, but Yahushua perceived their wickedness and said, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And he brought unto him a penny. And he saith unto them, whose is this image and superscription? And they say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the thing.
Wait there. Where you going? Yeah.
It says, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's.
Right. So at that point, he already cut them. He said, well, render unto Caesar what's unto Caesar. He sees money, face on the money. Cool, man. Same thing with Esau today.
Yeah.
Give him, pay him the tax, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, go on.
Yeah, that's right.
But then he's going to cut them, double cut.
Oh, yeah. And unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's.
Oh, so you better be paying them tithes.
Yeah, that's right.
You better be doing them arms.
That's right. That's right.
They're probably getting cut, man. If they weren't doing that, then,
Yeah. Hey, because I had this, let if I could grab this real quick, but because this is 1 Corinthians 7:31. It says, and they that use the world is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Right? Because, at the end of the day, we've got to use this world. And that means to that end of things, we're subject to the things of this world. Right? You want to drive. You want to use, this man's wisdom in making, chariots of this world. Okay, cool. But you best have that license.
Deuteronomy. Go to one of all things.
Yeah, we shall go to him for the want of all things.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to use this world. We're going to have to follow the rules that are set up. Right, and let's be real, man. You don't want to, follow, a large majority of them. But look, man, what's the point of landing yourself in prison because you wanted to drive without a license?
Yeah.
Right, because you didn't want to pay your taxes. I mean, here I don't know how it is in America, but here you don't even see that money. You see what it was in the beginning, and you see what it is at the end.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you just made a point earlier. What did you? Don't worry. Yeah. Can you read that again, Sure?
It says, and they that use the world is not abusing it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, not abusing it. So you gave the example of not. We're in the world, so we got to use the world, but they're not abusing it. The Lord said that we are not of this world, man. You're not getting all up into it. The fashion of this world passed away, man. You're not trying to build no empires up in here, man. Trying to go to some meetings and get, with, eyes wide shut type trying to take deals.
Yeah.
Look, man, there's ultimately, this thing is all gonna be done away with. We're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man. We look towards, Yahushua returning, man. So that's the ultimate thing that we've got to keep in our mind. I've got something, unless you
can't give it you got, bro.
Right, I got this is Proverbs chapter 1. So it's talking about, different proverbs and the different wisdoms. This is Proverbs chapter 1. I'm going to start from 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity. And that's beautiful, because that's what this word does, right? And it says to give subtlety to the simple. Now in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, it talks about the serpent being more subtle than any beast of the field, and they were subtle in what? In wickedness. Talking about Esau, man, Cain, and Esau is the most. He is subtle in wickedness. That's why you gotta watch out for him, because he's the devil. Satan means he's the adversary, and devil means that he's a deceiver. So you gotta watch out for his lies, man. Now, ultimately, we've got the higher level of knowledge because we've got the righteous side, man. We've got the right side. So ultimately, like just the same way that Jacob kissed Esau's neck, you got to find that way to play this man at his own game, man. Okay? Because ultimately, his rulership's going to come to an end. And we've got the word, and we've got the understanding. He doesn't have that, man. And he doesn't have the Lord. He don't have Yahweh Shemiel Shai, man. And it says, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. So, you you growing up in this, we ain't got no. A lot of us don't have no, role models. We ain't got no fathers in the house.
The scriptures up for sure.
1 and Proverbs 1 and 4,
Okay.
right? You got that, man. But hey, really, our apostles, starting with our apostles and elders, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shmi Ashai, these words, man. The Lord really sups with you and becomes your rock and guides you and teaches you, man, how to give subtlety to the simple. Because before you come to this truth, you're simple, really.
Okay.
You're out there just ready to take arrows, man.
Yeah.
Take them fiery darts of the wicked, man. You're just ready to just get all shut up. But then when you take on this breastplate of faith and righteousness, and you take these words, that's when and the shield of faith, that's when you can start battling against these demons. Because otherwise, these people out there that ain't got this word, they're basically they're through. They're just food for demons, man. Yeah. It says to the young man knowledge and discretion. Yeah. There's a precept.
Yeah, no, cause I was gonna ask, can you look up the word discretion?
Right. Okay.
In the Bible, in the dictionary.
Okay. Discretion dictionary. Yeah.
Because for the word I get from discretion is discreet, right? Which turns back into the topic of of being wise as a serpent, harmless as doves. But certain things you don't want to tell people, man. They ask you, can you come to this thing on Saturday? Oh, no, I'm just. I'm going to see family or whatever. Oh yeah, that's our family day. It's a thing we have, in our family. Every Saturday we'll meet. Maybe that's cool. Don't go out and say, yeah, I remember the camp. Hey, maybe the spirit is, that's what you can do. Maybe that's what the spirit sets up, right? But discretion is a thing of you got it up.
Yeah. This is the Cambridge Dictionary for discretion. It says, the right to choose something or to choose to do something according to what seems most suitable in a particular situation.
Exactly.
Right.
Because in some situations, I'm seeing my family. That's the answer to give. Mm-hmm. In other situations, look, man, I teach on Saturdays, man. That's the answer to give.
Well, that shows. This is the spirit. Because with the spirit flows, man.
Yeah.
You can't. This ain't no cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You're doing the same pattern every time. That don't work. There's certain patterns that we've got certain things that's set in stone in the scriptures.
Exactly.
But then you got to apply that into. There's going to be different. You know what? I remember speaking to one brother about this. The scriptures is a sword. It's described as a sword, right? Now you can swing the sword loads of different ways. Yeah. You're going to learn all those basic swings, but there's going to be situations where your arm's going to come out a bit longer. You're going to have to bend it a certain way.
Yeah.
And that's part of this part and parcel of this truth.
Well, it's sort of like, for instance, you can train all you want. Right, boxing is an example. You can train all you want, right? You can spar with your trainer all day long. When you're in that ring, completely different. What you call it? You get a fly in your eye, right? Boom, and then now you kind of had to whack the fly away, and then now man sees an open and he punches you.
Yeah. Maybe you weren't feeling that good that day.
Exactly.
You're You're only 8%.
Exactly. Time and chance happeneth to all men.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a good point you're making is, this thing ain't cookie cutter, right? Everything is different depending on the day. And that's what that word discretion, right? So what's good for that period, for that time. You see what I'm saying? It's rather see what the scripture's saying. I know because it's that goes down to what wisdom. Right, and it ties right and nicely back into the topic that we're going into of choosing of using the world and not abusing it. Like I was saying, for instance, I remember last year one of my uncles look, man, my birthday party's on this day. Can you come, man? Can you come? I was like, look, man, I teach the Bible on Saturdays, man. All right, and to be fair, he kind of left me alone ever since. I didn't see him for a good year. Right. Whereas if I'm at the job, I might be like, look, man, I'm just seeing family. I'd rather not if it's a Saturday.
And you don't really that's the thing about telling people that about the truth and all that. You got to weigh up the situation, man. You had a preset.
Yeah.
I got something as well after that.
This is this is on what you were saying actually about that was reading. No. It's the second of the 1640. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Right? Because And in fact, let me go into it. It says, "He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth is one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein." Right. So it's you was talking about, people want to try to build an empire on this side. We gotta have the mindset. Look, you might want to chuck a little something together, but you just know when the law comes, it's being destroyed. You might get a license to what do you call it, to buy a car, but you just know when the economic crash comes, you ain't gonna be able to afford a car, right?
You ain't able to get no petrol for that car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because what does the scripture say in 2 Peter 3:11? It says, "Seeing all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness," man. Like, we know these prophecies, we know these things are to come to pass. You might, you might get something, and in the back of your mind, you're like, shit, I can't get too into this, because if I get too into this, I might fall out of this truth. Right, so it's the mindset that you're supposed to, which is what the scriptures is going into about. Okay, you like I said, you might have a little hustle where you sell things, right? But then knowing at the back of my mind, look, I can't put my strength in this, because what does the Lord want? The Lord wants you to put your strength and your faith in Him, not in the FRNs and the Great British Pounds or whatever, what have you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. That means when you really start getting into this. Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. How many times we heard, the elder brothers, when we first coming in and all that, say, look, you don't really want to, you might be, oh yeah, I was talking to some guy at work about, this, and you don't really want to be doing that, all that. Then, then you start to realize the repercussions of certain actions, man. Because you go through it, you get the experience, It says, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. And that's what it is. When you're out there, whatever you're doing, you might be going to the shop just to buy something, and you're going to have to just deal with situations, man. Because this is a spiritual battle. Demons are going to jump on people, and we're going to have to deal with that. So we've just got to always be, in your mind, you've always got to be, okay, wise as a serpent with a situation, but harmless as a dove. You don't want to get into a situation where you're fucking things up, man.
That's right. Okay. That's all I have so far. You good, Ethan?
Yeah. That was. I think. Do I have anything? Proverbs 5 and. No, that's fine.
Okay. Hey, so as always, man, we had a rough idea of what we wanted to go into, and Spirit, had us, go through this. So Brak the Abba Hashem Yahshua Hashem Makar Kodash. Right, double honors to the apostles of GMS.
Double honors.
Shalom to you, brothers. Lords, will see you again soon. Shalom.